Today, we're going to dive into the second edition of Is It True? And Is It True is a new format where we ask questions that we have researched, and you guys are part of the research team. What that means is we do ask questions, we have researched them, but there is value and there is strength in numbers, in more eyes, more ears. It is important that we have factual information. It is important that we share things that are tangible and that are actually verifiable for people. So when we put out these videos and when we do these live streams, we do encourage you to go out and verify this for yourself. Maybe you'll find additional information that is important. Please share it with us. Please share it with the Inspired Tribe. Please share it in the Inspired Chat. Two important reasons. Number one is that we weed out all the rumors and all the misinformation. There's a lot of misinformation around a lot of topics, and that misinformation so often distracts people from the real tangible things that are happening. And the second thing, of course, is that we talk about topics that matter right now, decisions that we need to make right now as individuals and as a collective. And today's topic is transhumanism. Transhumanism is not a topic that is coming down the line. We're not talking decades, we're talking last year, we're talking this is here. This is the fourth industrial revolution in the minds of the global engineers, of the societal architects, people that believe they have the power and they have the right to socially engineer, to rewrite our societal contracts, to create cultures. But what is transhumanism? Why is this an important topic? Transhumanism is the idea or a philosophical concept that is now becoming a tangible concept that humans are inherently flawed, biologically, mentally, psychologically, in all areas flawed, and that technologically we can be changed, we can be advanced, we can be modified, we can be consequently a relic of the past. Because the idea in transhumanism, this is just as the name says, it's a transitioning period into post-humanism, which is a society after singularity. And singularity, we'll talk about this a little more, is a concept that says that at a certain point that it's coming very quickly, we're approaching it quickly, artificial intelligence, computers will be so powerful that they will have changed fundamentally society and the way of life to an irreversible point. We're approaching this very quickly, and we're going to talk about it in the questions today. But transhumanism, in very, very easy terms, means our bodies merged with computers and artificial intelligence through implants. So our brains and our biology is hooked to the grid, to the cloud. And from there is a constant merger, what they call modification, what they call a betterment, what they call improvement, to the point where there will be no distinction, or it will be impossible to tell what is biology and what is artificial intelligence. The thing is, this is here. In many ways, we are already using it. But let's dive into the questions. Is it true? And again, put pen to paper, write it down, verify this for yourself. We want to say that the irony is not lost on us, that we are presenting this information and asking these questions using technology developed by people and companies that are 100% invested in this topic in transhumanism. So the irony is really not lost on us, and I think it's not lost on them either. But it is a temporary and a calculated trade-off, because we believe we can use technology in this very moment to our benefit, to help each other, to raise consciousness, raise information and knowledge level, raise wisdom, and to create a vision that is far superior to that. But let's dive into the question and talk about it some more. So, is it true that global power player and head of the World Economic Forum, Klaus Schwab, recently said that the COVID-19 pandemic is a unique opportunity for a great reset to reshape the world and implement the fourth industrial revolution, which will lead to a fusion of our physical, of our digital and biological identity. I will repeat this. Is it true that Klaus Schwab, head of the World Economic Forum, said that the pandemic is a great opportunity for a great reset, which will lead to a fusion of our physical, digital, and biological identity? Is it true that he say that? Is it also true that the private sector and governments worldwide have invested trillions of dollars in technologies like genetic engineering, for example, CRISPR, you can look that up, genetic editing, artificial intelligence, robotics, the Internet of Things, 3D printing, and quantum computing in the past years and decades? Is it true that trillions of dollars in both taxpayer money and private capital have been invested into those technologies? Is it true that Elon Musk, the founder of the car company Tesla, also started a company called Neuralink? And the goal of this company is to interface the human brain with computers using implantable devices, chips, to create a symbiosis between the brain and artificial intelligence. Is it true that Elon Musk started a company called Neuralink to hook the brain to a computer to create a symbiosis? Is that true? Is it true that the milestones so far of Neuralink, this company, have been to successfully implant a functioning brain chip into a pig, successfully implanting a functioning brain chip into a monkey, enabling a monkey to control a cursor on a computer screen through an implanted brain chip, and wait for this, enabling a monkey to telepathically play video games through implanted brain chips? Is it true that Neuralink has already achieved these milestones? Is it also true that Peter Koenig, a geopolitical analyst and a former senior economist at the World Bank and the World Health Organization, wrote the following about COVID-19? The planned disaster that is still upon us under many different names, the pandemic, better called plandemic, is just the engine that drives a much heavier agenda. The elements of the Great Reset, which are also the components of the so-called UN Agenda 2030. Is it true that he said that? Is it true that Ray Kurzweil, inventor, author, and futurist, known for very accurately predicting the future of artificial intelligence in the past, says that by the 2020s, most diseases will go away as nanobots become smarter than current medical technology. Normal human eating can be replaced by nanosystems. The Turing test begins to be passable. Self-driving cars begin to take over the roads, and people won't be allowed to drive on the highways. By the 2030s, which is now some 8 years away, virtual reality will begin to feel 100% real. We will be able to upload our mind/consciousness by the end of the decade. Is it true that Ray Kurzweil said that about the coming shifts in artificial technology? Starting in the 1980s, Ray Kurzweil's predictions have been spot on. Is it also true that Ray Kurzweil said that by the 2040s, non-biological intelligence will be 1 billion times more capable than biological intelligence, aka us? Nanotech foglets will be able to make food out of thin air and create any object in physical world at a whim. Is it also true that Ray Kurzweil predicts that by 2045, we will multiply our intelligence 1 billion-fold by linking wirelessly from our neocortex to a synthetic neocortex in the cloud and reach singularity, at which point the technological growth becomes uncontrollable and irreversible, resulting in unforeseeable changes to human civilization? So is it true that Ray Kurzweil predicts that by 2045 we will reach singularity, which means that technological growth becomes uncontrollable and irreversible, resulting in unforeseeable changes to human civilization? And last but not least, Ray Kurzweil says that by 2050, we'll be able to send nanobots into people's brains to extract memories of loved ones, augment that with the DNA sampling of the deceased, and it will be possible to create a convincing virtual version of somebody who's passed on. If you're interested in it, there's a movie about it, The Discovery. Is it true that Ray Kurzweil said that? Hey, this is Jean Nolan. Thanks so much for watching. You can watch the full live stream on this topic by clicking on the link in the description.